They are making a difference on 938 Live.
A voice of reason and a presence of calm is vital to seeing those who are devastated through their situations of crisis. We learned this from Cynthia Ang. She's the Assistant Operations Manager at International SOS in our three-part series that covers professionals in crisis situations.
Every call received is handled by myself or a team member from the assistance center will stay on the line with the caller to render the admin logistic operations follow-up after the medical or security expertise has spoken to the caller.
Okay, so take us through an example of what do you do.
If I receive a call, after obtaining the fundamental basics of the call like location, telephone, name of caller, and the request for assistance, I will put this call to the appropriate medical or security expertise depending on the request for assistance.
Is the pressure on you very high, Cynthia, especially since a lot of these calls must be coming in fast and in need of assistance?
Yes, because every call that has come in, the caller would expect the help rendered to them at a fast pace.
So how do you keep your composure?
First of all, is the training that is provided by International SOS, and we also have a set of protocol, which are procedures and processes in place, which helps me and the team to do right things at the right place. Secondly, I work with very strong and experienced senior team, senior managers, medical directors, regional medical directors, security directors, and our Global Assistance Center to assist our calls and cases. And thirdly, the years of experience with International SOS has taught me and has also shown me how to be steady, to say right things at the right time, remaining not emotional, but still with the empathy shown to the callers.
What's your most challenging task to date, Cynthia?
There are many cases that I have handled in the past 20 over years, and the most challenging task to me is the admin logistic challenge and the human emotions challenge. The admin logistic challenge to me is, as we are racing against time, example, when we are organizing an air ambulance case, or we are handling a repatriation of mortal remains, the admin aspect would be the paperwork. Paperwork in terms of we need to check on passport, we need to check on visa, landing permit approval, airport opening hours. We also need to check on the plane and medical escorts, whether they are available. And also there are many cases of which we also need to get authorization from the clients. So this would be the admin and logistic challenge of the cases that I've handled in the past 20 over years. And the second challenge is the human emotions, whereby we have grieving plus angry plus anxious family.
And how do you handle that, especially when they are that emotional and you have to try and be on their side to take them through the crisis?
For me, I will be there for them. Maybe I could cite an incident. I had a case of an expatriate in Singapore who passed away after a traffic accident. So I had to handle the emotional aspect of the family, 7 family members. And besides explaining the whole process of how a repatriation of mortal remains would take place, I also had to meet the client's expectation of wanting the late gentleman to be returned to his home country. It took me about 2 full days to be with the family at each step of every process, from the first identification of body to post-mortem, to the police station, to second identification of body, to hand over a body to funeral home, and also to the farewell at the parlor, and also besides getting the flight for the deceased to return to his home country, I also had to look into options to get flights for 7 family members to be on this same flight with their deceased loved one.
Cynthia, I can imagine in a situation like that, it gets very complicated, it gets very emotional. What keeps you driven to make sure that the family gets the best kind of service they can to get through their crisis?
I believe it's always best to get a clear understanding of the situation by listening to the family, and also honestly assessing if I'm able to assist them or if the problem is beyond my support. And if I'm able to assist them, I will do everything in my power with all my care and professionalism, with all my calmness, to ensure that to assist them fully and to ensure satisfaction. If I'm not able to assist them, I will still ensure that the client or the customer or the caller, that I will research the proper support and work with them to satisfaction. And patience and honesty is the best approach. At the same time, staying calm, caring, and professional at all times. And I always would want to allow the customer to feel that I am with them with all my human touch to meet their needs.
And that was Cynthia Ang, Assistant Operations Manager at International SOS. In our final look at professionals managing crisis situations, we'll be talking to Joseph Clive Ignatius tomorrow. He's the coordinating nurse at International SOS. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.